Hello and welcome to This Vlog Will Change Your Life, based on This Book Will Change Your Life by Benrik. I'm Phil Biedron and welcome to day 7. A little even skittish to even say it, but it's all about breaking out of your comfort zone. So, day 7, masturbate at 1:56 in the afternoon to the following fantasy. This is for women. Dark storm clouds were gathering over the alpine mountain top as Emma finally reached the refuge. Where were the others? Where was her husband Edward? Perhaps they had fallen behind and taken the safe track back towards the St. Paul de Clercq and civilization, she wondered. Well, there was no point in panicking now. Night was falling fast, and she would have to spend it up there all alone in the mercy of these peaks. Exhausted, she entered the deserted cabin and barely had time to strip off her drenched clothes and slip into the thermal sleeping bag that Edward had thoughtfully given her for her 6th anniversary before deep slumber overtook her naked body. As even the moon retreated from the inhospitable horizon, strange and fitful dreams came upon her. She tossed and turned in the night, her feverish brow a victim to wild imaginations, full of visions of werewolf-like creatures creeping around the cabin, circling, surrounding her with deep-breathing, low whistles that seemed to hiss and crackle like fire. Emma opened her eyes and shrieked in the empty night. There, across the room, stood the tall, dark stranger. She held her breath in terror as he looked up from the fire he had lit in the wide hearth and stared at her inscrutably. His eyes seemed to contain words beyond her ken. Who are you? What do you want?" she cried. The man made no reply, but simply tossed another log into the fire with barely a flicker of his powerful, deep-veined forearm. He breathed in deeply, closing his eyes. Emma's voice was trembling. "Look now, I don't know what's going on here, but..." He silenced her with a look from his piercing green eyes that seemed to cut right through her. Before she even realized what she was doing, Emma raced to the door in a mad dash for freedom. Though the door and out the thick curtain of rain lashing out on her exposed skin. He caught up with her easily, his strong arms grabbing at her waist and hauling her back to the cabin. She writhed desperately in his grip until she could no more. He held her still, stared into her eyes, and finally spoke in halting English, in the manner of one who seemed above words. "Don't. It is too dangerous out there for you. You are safe here with me." And somehow, she knew this was too. The fire dispensed a warm glow in the room. Before she even recovered from the onslaught of the elements, she was wrapped in the embrace as powerful as any of nature's furies. As the storm raged down inside, she stared into the infinite depth of his eyes, and then he was upon her, touching her deep within, roughly of course, but with infinite tenderness. Suddenly lightning struck a tree nearby, while its thunder covered her animal moans. He held her tight for what seemed an eternity, until a first light at dawn broke, an enchanting spell broke the mountain gods had woven around them, and he was gone, as swiftly as he had come. Or was it a dream? Emma wondered, wistfully, as she drifted back off to sleep smiling, her brow no longer troubled. And if you're a man, masturbate at 1:56 in the afternoon to the following fantasy. 2 blondes doing it together. Okay, so I did this. I have to say, not 100% accurate. It was 2:09 in the afternoon, and I don't know how much details you want, just something to try. I'll leave it there. So tune in next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.